At 41 years old, LeBron James finds himself at a sharp career crossroads, having just wrapped up his 8th season in Los Angeles. The conclusion of this most recent campaign was abrupt. His Lakers suffered a 4-game sweep by the Oklahoma City Thunder, knocking them out in the Western Conference semifinals. Following the loss, he made his immediate plans clear. He told reporters he intends to step away and recalibrate with his family before making any binding decisions about playing a 24th season. That hesitation created an immediate information void, and in the sports media cycle, a void is instantly filled with intense daily speculation. The loudest rumor of the offseason started with something entirely trivial, a single subtle like on an Instagram post, which immediately ignited theories that he is planning a reunion with the Cleveland Cavaliers. People latch onto this theory because we have seen it happen. He famously left the Miami Heat to return to Ohio in 2014, a move that eventually delivered Cleveland its first NBA title in 2016. The internet loves the romantic narrative of a third and final stint in his home state. However, treating this fantasy as a likely outcome completely ignores the mechanical realities of modern NBA team building. When he rejoined the Cavaliers a decade ago, the team was heavily rebuilding. They had a massive amount of roster flexibility and the available cash to comfortably absorb a superstar. Today's Cavaliers operate in a totally different tier. They are a deeply successful playoff team, currently fighting the New York Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals. Reaching that elite level carries a steep price tag. Constructing a roster capable of contending for a championship requires locking up your star players with massive, long-term contracts. The Cavaliers are no longer a blank slate. They are a highly tuned, highly expensive winning machine, and bringing a new max-level contract into the mix causes severe structural problems. This vertical chart represents the Cleveland Cavaliers' salary cap, the strict spending ceiling imposed by the NBA. To see if there is any room left, we have to add up their current commitments. First is their star guard Donovan Mitchell, who is scheduled to earn over $50 million next season. Right behind him is center Evan Mobley, who commands a matching $50 million annual salary. Then we add James Harden. He holds a lucrative player option, meaning he has the power to unilaterally lock in his spot on the team, worth $42.3 million. Finally, forward Jarrett Allen carries a cap hit projected at roughly $28 million. With just these 4 players, the stacked salaries completely breach the maximum cap ceiling. Because of this mathematical reality, a standard free agency signing is impossible. Cleveland legally cannot offer him a contract outright. The only mechanical loophole available is a sign-and-trade agreement. In this complex scenario, the Lakers would sign him to a new deal, then immediately trade him to Cleveland in exchange for matching salary going back to Los Angeles. Even if the two front offices manage to engineer that massive trade, the numbers still fall short. To make it fit under league rules, the 41-year-old would be forced to take a massive pay cut, surrendering tens of millions in market value. This is the harsh math of a homecoming. The Cavaliers cannot simply welcome him back. They must either gut their $170 million core, or he must forfeit a small fortune. He certainly has other paths. His name remains heavily linked to franchises with much cleaner ledgers, like the Golden State Warriors or the obvious option of simply staying with the Lakers. The Cleveland option is entirely unique because it forces a direct collision between sports romance and sports economics. Time is the ultimate forcing function here. At his age, the window for competitive, high-level basketball is rapidly closing. As he weighs his future, he has a heavy choice to make. To secure a fairy tale ending in Ohio, he has to decide if emotional closure is worth paying the brutal financial toll required to actually make it happen.